Alhamdulillah, from the Islamic Culture Center of the Republic of the Iran, MashaAllah, Sheikh Muhammad Rida, Sufla, though me I call him Ulya.
Yeah, Sufla.
MashaAllah, I think he can, give a salam to our viewers.
Salam alaikum, my brothers and sisters in beloved country, Uganda.
Alhamdulillah. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We thank our brother. I see today very excited. I don't know, what's going on around there, but Alhamdulillah. I think it's because of the 40 years that we are attaining.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Because when you follow the current affairs, you will realize that there is an event, that was like a transformation, a civilization, a change of style, the great event. Actually it was a catalytic event that actually it not only changed Iran, but actually it also had far-reaching impacts, to the globe. And this is the Islamic Revolution that was in 1979. Yeah, 1979 in Iran by the Sheikh of Ayatollah Al-Khomeini. MashaAllah. I think we shall discuss on that. You're most welcome, Sheikh, today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your kindness.
Alhamdulillah.
So, you know that 1979 divide Iran's history for two, before 1979 and after 1979.
Yes.
Before 1979, Iran government, although they were claiming they are Muslim, but the way they were ruling to the country, and I mean that concerning for culture, Islam, and they were like liberal. They were not committed Muslim. So more than 2,500 years, Iran's political system or government was like a monarchy. I mean that monarchy, one person rule. When he die, his son. When he die, his daughter or his son. Just one family ruling. So because of the many corruption in religious and cultural, social, economic, many problems. So Iranians, including Muslims, even Christians, whoever was in Iran, they did a grassroots revolution based on the Holy Quran and Prophet Muhammad ﷺ Sunnah.
Okay.
So something like 15 years took time from the day start, and after 15 years, the Islamic revolution, with the support of Almighty God, succeed. So now, if you want to compare between 1979 and after 79, you will see a major difference, big difference.
Sheikh, what is surprising me is that when you go to Europe, there is the French Revolution.
Yes.
Of 1789.
Yes.
Yeah, of 1789. It was also a revolution.
Yes.
Actually, that also changed the world.
Yes.
When you come to the Middle East, there is also the Islamic Revolution.
Yes.
It was 1979. So it also had, as you're saying, the far-reaching. And when a revolution, it is like you coming from a different kind of system to another, desired system.
Yes.
It's like a promised land. We're going somewhere where you ought to be. So I want us to first put a glance on the events. What was before that revolution? 1789. When someone hears about that revolution, who were the leaders by that time? Like that.
Before 1979, Iranian government, I can say the king, they were just puppet. They were, they were following the method of some hegemonic powers. It was not freedom. Just the king of Iran, he was following, implementing what is the other countries,
Muhammad Reza,
his name
Shah.
Muhammad Reza Pahlavi. Shah means that king.
King, okay.
In Farsi we say Shah. In English we say king.
King.
Yeah, king. So everybody in Iran, I want to tell you, those people, they were living in capital, big cities, village, rural area. Everybody was against him, since he was well arranged by power. He had different securities. So nobody has right to say something against him or criticize him. As soon as you criticize him, you will be arrested, to go jail, maybe they kill you. It was no freedom, no freedom at all, no freedom. Just you have to obey him, to praise him, you are okay. Otherwise, you are not a good person. So what I want to tell you that there is many, even in economic area, only capital and few,
Tehran.
Tehran and few major cities, they had some development. But if you go to the rural area, village, myself as a witness, that time I was from the village, it was no light. It was, no gas, no better, facilities, life, everything was in that very poor. Only few people, in the capital and some, towns, they were benefiting from them. Now, if you are concerning to the cultural issues, a country is a Muslim country, but they were spreading the nakedness. Nakedness. When you go to Tehran, you will see universities, go to schools, then women, they have to be naked. If not naked, so they have no advantage over there. Yes. Then concerning the cinema, films, they used to, broadcast the nakedness culture. So how possible people, all they are Muslims, 99%, 98% of them, they are Muslim. So but you see the TV, when you open, you're ashamed to see the very shameless in that films. Concerning to the university, the same thing. University was not active university or educative university. Just they were trying to give you a degree, but no development, no better, knowledge, no fundamental knowledge. Yes. In each area, if you wanted to compare that time, Iranians, they were suffering. They were suffering. So, and also it was some other things that is maybe time never allow us. All of these things, they caused, that is Iranian Muslim with the leadership of Imam Khomeini, they did a grassroots revolution. Grassroots, everybody, everybody, yes. Not only, some revolutions, only a class of the society make a revolution. Okay. For example, in a coup d'etat, just if a group of the people come on power. In reformist, there is another kind of political, only a few people replace to other people also. But when I say Islamic revolution, everything changed. Everything changed. Those people.
I know as a revolution, it is something yes. that is very big. Now, Sheikh, as you're talking about this revolution, by that time, before 1979, how was Iran, ranking on the global arena?
As I told you, Iran was calling that time the Middle East gendarme. Yes, it has a very powerful, army. So with some, for example, if you want to compare that time, only with 9 African countries, Iran had relationship. Only rich African countries. So they were not paying attention for other African countries. All over the 54 countries in Africa, only 9 of them, they had relationship with Iran, and Iran had with them. They were not respecting for the, the African countries. But after the Islamic Revolution, Imam Khomeini ordered we have to have relationship with all African countries, all African countries, from north to east, south, from the east to the west, all. At that time, yes, Iran had something like, the outside was good, but inside, sometimes you see that a spoiled egg. Outside is very clean, nice, yes. But inside, when you go, you will see nothing, yes. Nothing. So,
was it also called Iran by that time? Was it called Iran?
Yes.
Before 1970?
No, Iran. In history, they used to call Persia.
Persia.
Yes.
First.
Something like 80, 90 years ago, it changed to Iran. Because Iran the first groups, thousands of years ago, arrived to Iran. They are Aryan tribes. So because of Aryan, so later this country named Iran, I-R-A-N. Yes.
Like here we have Baganda, now it's also called Uganda.
Uganda, it's the same thing.
Yes.
But Iran in the history, if you study history, the name was Persia.
Persia.
Fars. What I want to tell you at the beginning of Islam, all Iranians, they accepted Islam. You know, before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Iranians, they were Zoroastrians or other kind of the religious, some Jews, some Christian. But as soon as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam appointed prophethood and Islam, that established in the area, Iran was among them. It was the first countries accepted Islam, and all of them, they are Muslims.
Muslims.
So,
mashallah, Sheikh, we've got actually this image, this clear picture. How can you describe the regime of Shah Mohammad Reza?
As I told you that I, as a witness, what I'm saying, it is not just I read. Yes. I was a young man that time.
Yes.
So the regime is totally in each area, if you want to study, in economic area, even the chicken we were eating imported. Look at a big country, big facilities, oil, agriculture, fast, everything. The egg we were eating, it was imported eggs, chicken, meat, everything, wheat, whatever we were eating. So in economic area, totally the regime of Iran that time, it was dependent for others, for other countries, Western countries. In a cultural area, the educational system was not independent. Okay. So from other side, they used to inform him that education system should be like that. In all aspect of the life, the situation was not good. That is the reason Iranian did revolution, revolt against him. Otherwise, why? If that time was good, if the regime was good, why should Muslims, Iranians, they should do a revolution against the king?
Okay.
So, and as I told you, one family was ruling. All king and his families, his relatives, they had a good position. I remember, for example, one of his sisters, he had a big land, the area I was living, 400 acres. When she was coming the area, all villagers, they should have stay in the village. They have no right to go out because the king, the sister of the king is around. It was a dictatorial regime. It was, unless if you praise them, if you want to criticize, if you want to say something against them, so you will be arrested, jail. And
mashallah, Sheikh, thank you very much actually for that. I think we also need to know now what were the main, these revolutions, when they are occurring, there are those factors that are behind them, the causes, of these revolutions.
The revolution is totally...
Some of them are political, some of them are social, some of them are economic.
Yes.
So what are these factors? Let's start with the social factors that were responsible for this revolution.
Yes. One of the most important goal of the revolution, people, they say that we need Islam. Islam establish the society because Islam has justice, Islam has equality, Islam has program. For this case, the name of this revolution was chosen Islamic Republic. For the first time in the history, a new model of political system, Islamic Republic. There is some countries, they are Islamic countries, but no republic. But there is some republic also but there is no Islamic. But this, for the first time in the history of Islam, a new model of that is Islamic Republic. When we say Islam, whatever Islam accepted. Even the Christians, they are inside the Iran, they are also in the domain of the Islamic, they have their own right.
Yes.
So a political system established Islamic Republic, some people, they propose that is, let us make it democratic republic. Then people said no. Some people give other names. Then people with the leadership of Imam Khomeini, they said Islamic, this revolution is based on Islam, should be Islamic plus republic. Yes. When I say republic, it means that all officials in Iran, they are appointing, they are selecting, electing by, the elections. The supreme leader of Iran now is Imam Khamenei. So Imam Khamenei, supreme leader himself, the president himself, ministers, member of parliament, all officials in Iran, people should vote them. Yes. Should vote them. Okay. So everything is under the elections. Okay. So this is democracy. For the first time in Iran's revolution showed that it's possible to make agreement between republic, democracy, and Islam. Okay. Islam is the best democratic religion. Islam respects all kind of the classes in the society. So for the first time, a new model of the political system appeared, that is Islamic Republic. Yes. So for more than 40 years, so it is because of the new model and because of the achievements, because of the goals. So this kind of that regime, it had some enemies. At the beginning of this Islamic revolution, so we met many enemies. Internal enemies, external enemies. Internal enemies, they tried to assassinate the leaders of the revolution. External also, they tried to impose a regime like Saddam Hussein to attack Iran. Maybe with this hope, he can collapse the new Islamic government established in Iran.
Okay, because mashallah tabarak ta'ala, thank you very much, Sheikh, for actually, because that was the political insight of it. Yeah, yes, I don't know, politics, it is something that is very unique.
Yes.
As we see that, don't you think that these revolutionaries, the pioneers, the leaders of the revolution, they also had some personal motives, or they were working for the general public?
For general public. None of them for them. Look at the leader itself. He was the supreme leader, the founder of Islam. Go and see, he has not one inch land for himself. No house, no car, not only for himself, even his children, his daughters, none of them, they had a single, economic or financial things. Whatever they did for the people. Now, even the president supreme leader, the same thing. So whatever happened over there, only to give service to the public, not for themselves, no officials, even presidents over there. After, when his time finished, before him, there is a special, a council. They are going to check within these 4 years how much, his wealth before election, how after election. So majority of the Iranians officials today they are serving. They are not as officials to earn capital, money, wealth, this, that for themselves. No, even Supreme Imam Khomeini 6 months before he died, he asked from Iran, that's parliament, send your people to come and check what I have it. So when they checked Imam Khomeini's house, what he has, just a few items, very old carpet and few, something in his house, and it was before revolution he had this one. What I mean that the officials in Iran, what they are doing, not for politics issues. Politics in Islam, it has maybe different meaning from non-Islamic. Politics, it means that you have to create a situation, circumstances. After that circumstances, situation, everybody grow. Everybody go before. This is politics.
Yes, yes.
Politics, it means that you have to create a domain. Inside this domain, everybody, according his activity, his ability, his capacity, to go before.
Okay.
That is Islam. But maybe in other side, they are thinking politics, you have to lie, you have to speak fine, you have to convince other people. No. That is, they call him demagoguery. That is not, Islam wants. Islam is say, when you are leader, when you are president, when you are arrange a society so that everybody conditionally, they grow, get development.
Okay.
This is the case when you go to the Iran. You cannot see, for example, part of the Iran, they have development, part of the Iran is under development. When you go, the farthest, area in the village, you see the same facilities, like gas, like light, like water, everything, facilities. So it means that the former leaders, officials, they were not looking for politics as you mentioned, or for themselves. Okay. Whatever they were doing for only for the people.
Okay, mashallah.
Yes.
Now I see actually these people, they were really very, 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 very committed on that matter. Now, what are those economic, those economic challenges that were there that influenced, this kind of revolution?
From the beginning of Islamic revolution, as I told you, enemies, they did not sit someplace. They tried to do, they tried to stop, collapse the Islamic revolution at the beginning times, to return again the kingdomship. That is the that is the game for the enemies of Islamic revolution. They are trying to stop Islamic Republic of Iran, then bring their own people.
Bring their own people.
Their own people.
Yes.
As for example, at the beginning of the Islam, enemies, they used to tell Prophet Muhammad, you forgive this one, you return, so we are going to give you whatever you like. We are going to give you wife, position, money, just forget Islam.
Yes.
But Prophet Muhammad said, if you put in my hand sun, other one moon, I'm not going to live.
Yes.
So that is, since this revolution is exactly based on Prophet Muhammad's Sunnah and Holy Quran. That is reason 40 years, in spite of the many problems, sanction, attack through Saddam Hussein, economic sanction, this, that, still is alive. Nothing happened. As at the beginning of Islam, you see that Muslims, they were 3 years in sanction in Mecca. You know about that?
Yes.
So, Shayb Abu Talib. So you see that what Nana Khadija had, he used his wealth in that, so that not Islam collapse. Okay. So they tried. Now Iranians, they are under the sanction. From the beginning, different sanctions. They tested many things. One, attacking Saddam Hussein. 8 years, Iranian was defending the country because Saddam was agent for themselves. Yes. They used to equip Saddam Hussein. After 8 years, Saddam has gone. We are still here. So after that, the enemies, they said, let us change other method. They changed to economic. They changed to cultural invasion. They used to send naked, cultural films. More than 4,000 satellites just focused in the sky of the Iran. Yeah. So through that they can, spy and also make corruption among the youth. Yes. But so far, alhamdulillah, since the leadership of Islamic Republic of Iran is very strong and firm and very faithful, so alhamdulillah, so far nothing happened. We hope that inshallah Allah will help us, because what Iran is doing, that is, they're trying to establish what is inside the Holy Quran, what is Prophet Muhammad left for mankind. That is the game. That is the goal. So still people they are resisting with economic resistance.
Yeah, but yeah, it could be some foreign interventions. Now, brother Sheikh Sufla,
Yeah.
now as we have seen that, what really happened within the revolution? What really happened?
Mm.
Yes.
You mean that what should be happen?
No, when the revolution was going on,
Yes.
what went on?
Yeah.
What happened in terms of lives, in terms of property,
Yeah,
in terms of, you know, these revolutions
yes,
when they happen?
yes. Revolution.
Yeah.
This revolution is different from other revolutions. In world, we have many revolutions, as I told you. One French Revolution, one Russian Revolution. Russian Revolution was a communist revolution.
Yeah.
So
the Bolsheviks.
yeah, Bolsheviks. Yeah, Bolsheviks.
Yes.
And French Revolution was also something different. Other revolution also, but this revolution is Islamic revolution. For this case, everybody defending. Any person died in this way, they call him Shahid. Any person donated his life
Yes.
to support Islamic revolution because of this martyr or Shahid.
Okay.
So since it was Islamic, everybody,
So whoever lost his life
yes,
was a shaheed.
Shahid, yeah, shuhada, yes.
Okay.
Shahid,
Yeah.
like for
He was
example,
a martyr.
at the beginning of the Islam, in Badr, Uhud, Khandaq, and other wars, many Muslims,
Died.
they lost a lot. They are from shuhada.
Okay.
For example, Hamza Sayyid al-Shuhada.
Aywa.
Hamza is one of the, I mean that Prophet Muhammad's uncle, he was, they call Sayyid al-Shuhada.
Sayyid al-Shuhada.
You see? So in this revolution also like that, many, 100,000, more than 200,000-300,000 just at the revolution, because the army of the king, when Muslims, Iranians, they were going to demonstration, immediately the soldiers, they come and shoot. Myself as a witness, I saw this one.
Okay.
So,
So does that also apply to the side of the opponents?
so what I want to tell you, these revolutions are rooted by the blood of the martyrs. Thousands of the families that donated, one person, one young man, husband, wife. So this is grassroots revolution. The root is under the ground. So I don't think so that some people, enemies, they can overthrow or they can collapse. Since Islam also,
Okay.
so far many people, they try to stop Islam, but they could not.
Or not?
Because Islam is in the heart of the people, in the blood of the Muslims.
Okay.
So Muslims, they are going to, this Islam, since it has the, I mean that Islamic color, Sibgha color, so we hope that inshallah we will succeed. Against the sanction, against enemies, they are trying.
Okay.
They are trying. Now recently, they are, they are supporting some people in the name of Shia. Look at, they know.
Shia.
No, recently.
Yes, yes.
They established some group in Iraq or in other countries in the name of the Shia, the true Shia. But they are not, they are trying to make problem among Muslims.
The true Shia.
Yeah, they're not Shia.
This means they are also those wrong ones.
The wrong ones, but they know that Islamic Republic of Iran at the beginning, Imam Khomeini at the beginning announced that Shia and Sunnah united. We are under one umbrella, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah.
Yes.
So all Sunnah and Shia in Iran, they have no problem.
Yes.
The place I'm living in Iran, I'm with Ahlul Sunnah.
Yes.
We are together, we are going, coming, they have wedding, they have this, everything, we are together, we respect each other. But since these enemies, they see that between Sunnah and Shia, revolution established unity, now they created a new Shia against this Shia. That they are not correct Shia. They are cursing Sahaba.
Yes.
Do you know about that?
Yes.
They are cursing even the Prophet Muhammad's wives.
Yes.
I remember a few years ago, one sheikh, he called himself Shia Sheikh. I believe he's not Shia Sheikh. He went to Kuwait. His statement something against Aisha, the wife of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Yes.
The very day, some enemies broadcasting, they tried to make big.
Okay.
One sheikh Shia course to Prophet Muhammad's wife and said something bad against Sahaba. So it was going to have a problem among Muslims.
Yes.
The very day, the supreme leader of Iran, Imam Khomeini, gave a fatwa. Insulting or cursing of Prophet Muhammad's wives or Sahaba is haram.
Yes.
So alhamdulillah, Islamic Republic of Iran is one of the system. He say all Muslim, they are one.
Yeah,
Whether you are Sunnah, whether you are Shia, this, that, we have no problem.
Okay.
The only system, political system, country that is promoting unity. You say unity is from God, disunity from Satan. So one of the big achievements, I can tell you from that time, from 40 years ago till today, 1 week, unity week. From the day Prophet Muhammad sallallahu from 12 to 17 of Rabiul Awwal.
Okay. Okay, now, Sheikh, really, you're giving us an insight,
Yes.
of the Islamic revolution of Iran. I've been saying how actually the issues that happened, the events, that happened, and good enough you've given us some of them. What about, if a revolution occurs, sometimes you need to invest in a lot, because people, they destroy a lot of property. People, become traumatized, such that they get some, social problems. They also get some psychological tortures when they remember, what has been going through the revolution. Did that happen within the Islamic revolution? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, from the time Islamic revolution, he did something change. Those people, they were done, they came up. Those people, they were up by, in a wrong way.
Yes.
Islamic revolution, especially for Mustaz'afin. Mustaz'afin.
Yeah, the marginalized ones.
Yes.
People who are marginalized.
So
yes.
it give hope to everybody. Now, before revolution, the society divided for poor class, middle class, rich class. Those people, they are living north of the country, south of the country. So when you were saying that I am from south of Tehran, some people say, look at this man. This man is from south. Make a class. But after revolution, all Iranians in one class. So before revolution, if you are from relatives of the officials, they employ you. But after revolution, no. Any person has, the qualities, so he's going to be no. For now, we have no differentiation among classes.
Okay.
Before villagers, they were low class. They said this man is from village.
Okay.
No position, no chance. But now there is no difference whether you are from village or you are from town. No, change the mind. Revolution changed the mind. For example, Bilal is a spokesman of Prophet Muhammad. So he's black, from Africa. He was a slave, released. Now he's a spokesman of Prophet Muhammad.
Muazzin, making adhan.
Muazzin. Whatever Prophet Muhammad was saying, through Bilal was, announcing to the people.
Okay.
You know that the same model. I am, as a witness, I was from the poor village. So I have there is no difference between me and you from town, from capital.
Yes.
So inna akramakum inda atqakum. Inna akramakum inda Allah atqakum.
The most honored one among us.
Yes.
The one who
This was the
Allah.
axis.
Yes.
This was the criteria.
Yes.
If you have taqwa, this position, you have to sit here, not myself.
Yes.
No, not myself.
Yes.
In the area of the women's, women's that time, now you go Tehran and others, all women's, they have hijab, they have covering. So even non-Muslims, Christians over there, other countries, now at that time they were using women just as a women. Now you say women and men, they have the same position. We have women, they are lecturers, they are pilots, they are drivers, they are engineers, they are in many areas they are active.
Okay.
So this is one of the
Now, for how long did this revolution occur?
How long?
Yes.
This 1979 added 15 years before that. 15 years before that, Islamic revolution with the leadership of Imam Khomeini. From that time, Imam was advising King of Iran, please, you are Muslim, don't do something against Islam.
So the revolution actually took place for 15 years?
Yeah, 15 years before, it was something like 1962, 1963.
Yes.
That time started revolution.
Yeah.
But that time Imam Khomeini was exiled.
Okay.
The king of Iran the exiled Imam Khomeini, he said this sheikh is revolutionary, this against the government, exiled out of the country.
Okay.
14 years he was out of the country.
Okay.
He was in Iraq, he was in some Arab countries, also he was also in Paris. After 15 years, but he was leading the revolution from outside.
From outside. Now, you know, these are normal civilians. Let me take them as civilians, like against the government, you know, and the government, you know, that it has the state power, it has, you know, the weapons, it has the machinery, and these people are not armed. How could you actually be able to, you know, to upset that?
That is a miracle. That is a miracle.
Yeah, how did that miracle?
With the empty hand?
Yes.
With the empty hand.
Did you really use empty hands? These people,
no, really used empty hand. You know, Imam Khomeini was leading the revolution. So every day, people automatically, they used to go street and demonstration against the king. So the king's soldiers and police, they should come. They used to come and shoot. Many people died. The people, they were at the beginning, front of the demonstration. So that is the reason they say that this revolution is blood revolution, donated blood. You know, if you wanted to big things, you have to donate yourself. You know, sometimes you know that many of Prophet Muhammad's companion peoples, you know, in battle or like Badr, like Uhud, like the other battles, they donated their own blood so that Islam is there. So when you have a belief, when you have love, you love your religion. So you say that if my religion is going to be stay with my blood, no problem. Let me go and let me die. Let me donate my blood and my religion.
Because what I know the government that, you know, if you come with such an uprising, you know, they have a lot of means of, you know, of suppressing it. You know, they have a lot of means of suppressing it because they have the weapons, they have the gases, you know, they have everything. They can easily suppress it. You know, but you know, how were you able to see that you can upset this kind of government and, you know, lead it to that kind of failure? Did you have like any foreign assistance?
At all. This is the only revolution. None, even they were supporting king. They were supporting king till none of them, no Russia, no America, no other countries, none of them was supporting. This was the only revolution. It was grassroots, from the root, fundamental revolution from themselves.
Because you are not armed, you don't have, you just have stones.
Even no stone.
No stones.
Even people who say, my army brother, my police brother, why you are killing us? You are from us. See, this is happened till many people, the army itself reached this point, that is, we are not going to obey king again because he's killing his own people. Even king brought some soldiers from some African countries, from some Asian countries, but nothing happened. You know, killing one time, two times, 1, 2, 3, 4. At the end, the soldiers say, why? They are my brothers. Why should I go? So they reached exactly one day before, exactly the 10th, 10th February 1979, just army announced that we are going back to the barracks. We are not going to support king again. The king itself collapsed. Escaped. Okay. When he escaped with his private...
So it's the army that withdrew,
yes,
that, you know, we shall...
Yes, our army, the elders of the commanders,
yes,
they have done very secret, meeting, just radio announced that army, from now, is not going to support king. We are supporting people.
So the whole people from the villages, rural areas, they all come and they gathered in Tehran.
Automatically, the same time, Tehran, Mashhad, Isfahan, village, wherever, because universities closed, schools closed, office closed. Nobody was going to job. Everybody every day going to the street demonstration. King himself at the end said, oh, my people, now I understood. I did mistake. Now I heard your voice.
The Shah.
But but that time was late.
Okay.
That time was late. Why not from beginning? Okay. Many people, 200, 300 people, young people, they martyred.
Okay.
So now you say, no, I hear your voice. Why don't you?
Okay. So, given that that background in the year 1979, do you see that this revolution registered a lot of success?
Yes. Yes.
How?
A lot of action in each area, in the agricultural area, in social area, in cultural area, so that in economic area, even in, I can say you in knowledge. Now, do you know the reason that is we are under sanction? Because Iran's Muslims, students like you, the same young, they discovered the nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is a God-gifted. Everybody has. You have also your brain. Only we have to discover. Now, the enemies, they know that Iran is growing, very fast growing. And Iran is, as a Muslim country, is going to give this technology to other countries. So those enemies, they say, if Iran has this technology, so we cannot be master. We will lose the position. So they are trying to sabotage Iran. They say Iran is going to use bomb. No, Iran never used bomb. Iran is a Muslim country. Never did, never do, never will do. The Quran never allowed that you make a bomb and kill many people. That is bonded. Weird. So they are misusing. They are saying that maybe you are going to use a weapon. No. Nuclear energy, it has the agricultural usage, medical usage.
Electricity? What?
Electricity, everything. So why? They say that you will stop this thing, we are going to give you. They say you will stop this using this energy, we are going to give you whatever you want. I say, why? Why should we like this? We have this knowledge, peaceful. We are using peace in agriculture, in medical, knowledge, light, everything. That is the reason, my brother, that is the main, if today Iran announced that we are going to stop nuclear energy, we are going to follow you, we are going to show you green light, everything will collapse. Everything will be okay. But Iran say no. The educational system in Iran, we have to decide which kind of the books we teach to our children. We have to decide which kind of books in universities. We cannot follow you according what you say. I mean that put the educational system. Okay. The social issue.
What immediate impacts did this kind of Iran, the Islamic Revolution of Iran, what did it bring on board? When we talk about like maybe the social challenges that you have, maybe that you had before 1979, maybe the challenges with the women, the challenges, I think you also had some challenges with jobs and employment. You also had some challenges with foreign intervention, some challenges in the economy, the currency of the country, maybe it could have been, it deflated and, it had been devalued. How do you see, how this kind of revolution, how did it bring these issues in order again?
Yeah. In Islam, in Iran, we have a big scholars. The biggest scholars, they are interpreter of the Holy Quran. I mean that translator, we have scientists. Iran is not new country. Iran has a 2,500.
Khwarizmi.
Yes, it has a very, Iran has a background before. Iran, I mean that, especially these Islamic revolutions, the nature is, if you study, you will see it brings some awakening, bring awareness, bring sight, bring, I can say you, awakening. So the nature of the Islamic revolution is that. The nature of Quran, if you read, it gives you view. Nature of Quran. If you recite and understand the meaning, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. So it has message for you. So the Islamic revolutions, that is one of the greatest, I mean that achievements in this area. It is like a light.
Like a light, because now it is 4 decades down the road, 40 years after that revolution. What are those milestones that you see that you've registered, after in these 40 years? What do you see that you have registered, that you've achieved within the big achievements that you've achieved within these 40 years?
Yes. As I told you, in the area of, for example, knowledge. Knowledge.
Yeah.
We have scientists
Yes.
that is they discovered nuclear energy
Okay.
without any support from other countries.
Okay.
So that is one of the
What about industrialization?
industrialization. You know that we have many factories now repairing the plane.
Okay.
Before the plane,
Okay.
you should have called somebody from overseas to come and prepare your plane. Now, in Iran,
You can manufacture them.
manufacturing,
yes,
yes.
aircraft.
Cars, yes. Aircraft, aircraft. Manufacturing cars, manufacturing different cars, manufacturing, for example, wheat. Now it is sufficient.
Okay.
Wheat is bread.
Yes.
One of the, I mean that basic food in Iran is wheat bread.
Yes.
So rice, the same thing. So I can tell you in
That is agriculture.
agriculture. In scientific also, as I told you, this nuclear energy, biotechnology, and nanotechnology. In the area of the medicine, Iran is reached to the not dependent for our countries. We are not, I mean that importing some medicine from other countries.
Okay.
It is all, even if you go to Iran and Uganda clinic in Kololo,
Yes.
you see the medicines from Iran is here.
Yes.
Yes, Iran, made in Iran. Then in each area, I can tell you, in economic area, now it is everybody use their, you know, I cannot tell you 100%. You cannot find any society 100%, but the goal and objective of the Islamic Revolution in Iran, that is to prepare the ground, everybody.
So it opened Iran to the world.
Yes.
That kind of revolution.
Yes. Yes.
Now, Sheikh,
But the decision is from inside, not open door policy. Foreigners come over there, what they want. No, it is open for everybody, or unless those people they have a, I mean that enmity, they have a problem, they have some agenda, they are coming to do something. That is every country they are trying to stop those kind of issues.
Okay. So, Sheikh, as we are winding up, can you conclude that you don't have challenges now? Don't you have challenges?
Challenge inside country?
Yes, internal challenges, you know, and also some external challenges.
External challenges still we have, as I told you. That is the biggest one. They did sanction. Recently, for a few months ago, the new president of America, they use force to other, I mean that countries or companies to do against Iran sanction. That is, nobody can buy transaction from Iran, so that Iran will be under pressure. So maybe one day it give up. He leave the Islam and revolution.
So you can't interact with other countries in terms of trade, international trade. You can't sell your vehicles to other countries, the cars. You can't sell the aircraft.
Yes, that is the aim. That is the aim. But there is other countries like Russia, I mean like China, like Japan. They are not obeying, following. I mean that Western countries, 100%.
Okay.
They are trying to pressure Iranians to be under sanction. So one day maybe they, I mean that we taslim, submit themselves to
submit themselves.
for.
Okay, Sheikh Rida, as we are winding up this show, in Iran now, what's happening in Iran? You know, on this, you know, when it is this day of the revolution, which is 2nd Feb, not so?
Yes.
The 2nd Feb of every year. What happens in Iran during
that day?
And how do you feel? How do you feel when you reach that day?
Yeah, that is, we are remembering in all the, when you travel Iran these days or in other countries, you will see from the 1st of February to the 11th of February, organizing seminars, organizing roundtable discussion, exhibition, to showing that this revolution still is alive, still is active, and educative, fruitful, useful, and in spite of all this enmity, but when people they like, for example, if you go 11th of February to Tehran or other millions of Iranians, they are going to street to support the Islamic Revolution and
so and also to remember some loved ones who passed away.
Yes.
Now, like in Uganda, as the Islamic Culture Center of Iran, what have you prepared for us as Ugandans here?
Yeah, here also, apart from today, we will have some meeting, I mean that seminars or roundtable discussion, exhibition, so that you are going to come and see some films, films that is showing the Iran's development.
Okay. When is that?
It will start from the 1st or 2nd of February till 11.
Okay, where?
It will be Iran Cultural Consulate. Consulate, okay. And also maybe in other part and other some of our brothers and sister organizations, they are cooperating.
Okay.
In other, maybe in some hotels, maybe some in conference halls. Okay. But we will tell you. Okay. There is a few programs that is to remind what happened in 1979, and still is this revolution alive, and not only in Uganda, or Kampala, maybe in other cities also. We'll do.
Okay, so as Sheikh Muhammad Ridha was winding up, you could summarize everything in 1 minute like this and wind up the show.
What I want to tell you, my brother, Islamic revolution gave a view. I mean that brought view and awakening, awareness, and prepared the ground for everybody. That is to grow equally. It is a revolution that is established. I mean that the society, so everybody has his own right. I mean that to develop himself or herself. So what I want to tell, they brought light. In the light, when there is light, everything is growing. When there is no light, in darkness, nobody. He brought light, inner light and out light. Everybody today's Iranians, they are different from that time Iranians. They are very. We hope that inshallah Almighty God will support us and we will continue and the revolution, and also we will achieve one by one the goals.
Thank you very much. Actually, as we're winding up, I also want to remind you that we also had the revolution in Uganda in 1986.
Yes.
And tomorrow it's that date, every 26th of January.
That is, I have to say also.
Yeah, we also have a revolution.
Thank you.
We are also making 33 years, not 40 as yours, but we shall reach you. Yeah, so I think we shall also, or maybe you are invited. It will be in Tororo.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. Yeah, so tomorrow. So that is also the Ugandan revolution.
Yeah, the
liberation, the 27 guns that changed the nation. So
I wanted just to tell on behalf of His Excellency also greet you.
Okay.
His Excellency Ambassador of Islam in Uganda.
Okay.
So I convey his greeting to you and all Ugandans in this occasion. Inshallah. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. We thank you our viewers for following this show. MashaAllah, we've been with Sheikh Muhammad Ridha Zufla. We've been with him actually discussing on the Islamic Revolution of 1979 that changed actually the odds of the nation of Iran up to date, that it's a country that actually doesn't leave the news everywhere. It's everywhere, mashallah, because of the huge investments it has made in knowledge and economics and everything. So we really thank him. We also thank our viewers for following up. We thank the technical team, the management, alhamdulillah. We thank everyone who has been able for us to support us on this program. You can follow our program on the YouTube channel, Inside Islam, mashallah, it's there. You can receive all the videos that we discuss here, all the shows are there. Thank you very much. We wish you the best. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Let's meet tomorrow in Tororo as we are also celebrating the 33 years. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much. May God bless you. Thank you.
ادع إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن إن ربك هو أعلم بمن ضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بالمهتدين وإن عاقبتم فعاقبوا بمثل ما عوقبتم به ولئن صبرتم لهو خير للصابرين واصبر وما صبرك إلا بالله ولا تحزن عليهم ولا تك في ضيق مما يمكرون إن